Now if somebody was to ask me, dear somebody someone something, posing as a made-up character called Vincent Vendetta, what is the greatest problem in this world? I would answer with this. The greatest problem the world has always had is the lack of people thinking for themselves. That's right, in my opinion, the greatest problem humanity has to deal with is the lack of real thinkers about the place. And because of this lack, we now find ourselves in a world filled with big government and socialism, just as the roots of the true nature of capitalism was beginning to take hold. Funny that. Indeed, when we have the majority of people in this world refusing to govern and think for themselves, which is why none of us should be surprised at the very dire situation we currently find ourselves in. So, the question that begs to be answered is, who exactly is to blame here? And for me, the answer is simple. As I blame those pesky little voters. Yeah, those people who continue to vote for self-serving little hacks in the name of convenience or, if you like, can't be botheredism. Yeah, it's a thing. You see, some people will vote for a crown-controlled political party for reasons such as this. My father always voted for Labour and so did my granddad, or I like the Tory candidate, he seems genuine to me, and the Tories are much better when it comes to our fake economy, which is driven by worthless money that has been designed to create debt to drown every single one of us, and he's better dressed than that scruffy Jeremy Corbyn. Oh yeah, people's reasons for voting are never really much anything to do with actual, well-researched information. That's because, if the people got a real handle on the truth, they wouldn't be voting for any of them, ever. I mean, why would anyone vote for a pedophilic parliament that serves a beast system which is designed to bind and limit the people with utter tyranny and drown them in unnecessary debt, just for the hell of it? Doesn't make any sense now, does it? And this is why I propose a change when it comes to this voting lark. That's if we ever get out of this current virus of the crown situation. That's right, the new voting standard proposed by me, somebody someone something, is as follows. First point, which should see up to 80% fall at the first hurdle and be disqualified, would be if one cannot explain how the current monetary system works and also who is behind it all, then that person is disqualified from voting. Second point, if one cannot explain how this current system is tyrannical by design and goes against any fair and sane constitution, then that person is disqualified from voting. Third point, if one cannot repeat the entire manifesto of the party they are voting for and include all their reasons for not voting for any other of the useless parties by repeating the bits in their manifesto they are in disagreement with, then they are not really fit to make a clear and well-informed decision on why they are casting the vote in the first place, so therefore will see themselves disqualified. Yeah, that should sort it. As I am sick of these pesky little voters infringing on my rights. Let's take all the people who voted for Tony Blair as an example, of which there were many, proven to be a war criminal. So where are all of his voters now? Nowhere to be seen, huh? Are they campaigning to have him arrested, suing him as a mass, or even calling him out for all the misery he's caused? I mean, aren't they the ones who are really responsible? After all, how would he have got his hands on the power without them? The simple answer is, he wouldn't. You see, under the leadership of Tony Blair, the current New World Order you are now currently living under begun to make great strides towards its ultimate goal, which was to bring about worldwide socialism, which would quickly lead to worldwide communism. Some of you might recall how fabricated narratives were used to bring about the police state we now see today, which saw all of our rights starting to suddenly disappear, which were, for the most part, welcomed by a large part of the population, which embraced the suffocating safety blanket of government. Unbelievable, which is why you should blame all the hundreds of thousands of people who voted for a Tony Blair government, as well as all the governments that came before and also after him. Now, they would say such things as, "We didn't know," or "We didn't realize," which is exactly my point in this segment here today. As a person voting in ignorance and lack of knowledge, or if you like, gnosis, should never again be given the power of a vote. The bottom line is, it's dangerous, and by now, you should be realizing just how dangerous it is. So, please leave your thoughts on this very serious matter in my comments box, so that I can completely ignore them, as it gets the algorithms going on this heavily censoring and shadow banning platform that I absolutely despise so much. Oh, and do not bother to subscribe, as we need to adhere to the rules of social distancing, so instead, press the share button. Do you remember that famous speech that was made by a crown puppet who got involved in genocidal activity in India and allowed his so-called Sprachen die Deutschen enemy Adolf Hitler to escape from Berlin to South America? Yeah, Porky Pig. What was that famous speech he made? That's because we could probably do with such a speech right now, you know, to inspire the population into a course of action that reflects their current mindsets during this ever so staged drama, created by made-up predictions, fudged numbers, conflicting information, and all coated in gallons and gallons of fear porn. Hold on, just give me a second to think over here. Ah yes, I think it went something like this. We shall fight them in home bargains, in the toiletries section of the Asda, in their car parks and in the Mickey D's drive-thrus. We shall fight them in the Morrisons, and the Aldi, the Lidl, and even in the Tesco. We shall ring the authorities to snitch and grass our neighbors. We shall hoard lots of toilet paper so nobody else has any. That's because we are a bunch of selfish shitbags. We shall easily surrender because we are absolutely clueless in our own ignorance and cowardice. Boom, nailed it. Good times.